Hello and good morning. This is Cat Huff coming to you on this June 14th, 2020 from Cat's Corner. Yes, it's been a minute, maybe two, but guess what? I'm back with you. I'd like to say welcome to everyone, especially during this pandemic time, this time of quite a few things going on, including the protests for equal rights and fair rights by all citizens in America and abroad. We like to start off by saying the music you're hearing in the background is that of Miss Liz Briones. That's Lizbriones. Fantastic artist. She is available for bookings. To find out how, send us an email at huffproductions@yahoo.com. That's HUFF Productions@yahoo.com. Well, again, I'd like to say hello from Cat's Corner. Now, I'm just going to touch on a couple of cat's tips, as I always do. And the first tip I would like to start with is this is a time for change. This is a time for change. Right now, maybe you can feel it in the air. You can feel it in the atmosphere and everything that's going on around you. You see so many people protesting and marching, especially after the senseless death of Mr. Floyd. Also not forgetting Mr. Garner and those others that have come before them. So, again, yes, we are protesting, we as people of color. And rightfully so. Because it is time that we get our fair share, our just due. For over 400 years, African Americans or Black Americans or Native Americans or Hispanic Americans or whatever you may be, we've been in this country and we have helped to build this country with our own blood, sweat, and tears. And yes, we deserve every right and privilege that's due to anyone else to be given to us. We have earned our respect and the respect of others. And so, no, we're not going to sit down or bow down. And as Reverend Al Sharpton said in his sermon, we're not going to allow you to keep your foot on our necks any longer. No, get up. If somebody's got their foot on your neck, kick them off your neck and kick their ass, if that's what it takes. But we want to do this in a non-violent situation, and we want people to know that we are here and that we are as good and capable as any other person on this planet. God created this planet for people of all races, creed, color, denominations. Along with the planet, He put on this planet animals and plant life. So we all can live together and survive together, because without the plants there would be no food. Without food there would be no us. Without water there would be nothing. So let's start taking care of us. Let's start taking care of this planet, and let's start taking care of our future. As I said, people are out there marching and protesting, hopefully peacefully. But then again, I had a bit of a scrimmage with a person that couldn't understand why I would shoot out a video that someone sent to me, and it was this black gentleman, and he spoke very etiquetely, and he was just talking about black people need to start working together and sticking together and pooling our resources and putting our monies together to start making what we want work so that we don't have to go to others for what we want and we can get our own because as the song said, God bless the child that's got his own. Well, that's so true. But this one particular gentleman, who is a white guy, told me, and not quite these words, how dare you to put out a racist video because people are out there marching and there are more white people out there marching than blacks. Well, I look at it like this. First of all, along with my comeback to him, I did not use profanity, but I used logic and common sense. And I said, let's look at it this way. Okay, back during the 60s, when Dr. King was still alive and marching for our rights and freedoms, we had a lot of people out there marching on the streets, mostly black people or people of color. I don't recall seeing a lot of white people out there in that march. I do recall, now I was just a little kid at that time, but I do recall vividly seeing the images on TV of black people being sprayed with water hose, black people having dogs sicked on us and biting us, and white people with large sticks beating us. And as I grew and learned more and more, I learned about the forbidden fruit. I believe a song that was sung by Lady Day. We're not talking about normal fruit that may grow on vines and in trees, but no, we're talking about fruits, human fruits, people that were placed up in trees at the end of a rope, not by their wanting, but because their rights as not only people of color, but as a human being were violated. And that was wrong. But fast forward, this is 2020, and we're not having that anymore. We're not that people anymore. So, yes, you do see a lot more white people out on the streets marching, and we thank you. We thank all the whites, all the Hispanics, all the people abroad who are protesting for their own rights. We thank you, and we're with you. But know this. For this white gentleman that came at me in such a way, I asked him. Now, he seemed to be a little older than I was, or am. I asked him, where was he during the 60s and the riots and the protests? Was he out there marching? I can pretty much say no. But the people that you see marching today, these are not you. These are not the people of the 50s, the 60s, or the 40s. These are the people who are your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. They're marching because they no longer want this stigma on their heads. They no longer want to be or want to carry this racist baggage in their heritage, in their legacy, in their efforts to move forth with the future. So drop that load and let's move forward in the right way. Let's move forward in peace and let's join hands and let's act the way God meant for us to act and to behave. Okay? So, the last thing I would like to mention is, along with the things that have changed, as you notice, so many things have closed down, so many businesses, so many people have lost jobs, occupations, livelihoods. And we do pray and hope that all these things can change. But most of all, we do hope and pray that people will act as humans and understand the situation and change things. And if you can't pay today, then it's okay. We'll let you go by and pay tomorrow. But the thing is that it means also that not only with prayer will things change, but with effort. Now, if you really want things to change, you're going to have to get up off your ass and help to make it happen. It's not all about saying, well, I'm going to pray on it and I'm leaving in God's hand. No, no, no. It doesn't work that way. You can pray on it, all right, because prayer has power. Words have meaning. But the thing is that along with prayer, you must put forth action. And that action means that you have to get up and do your part so that all parts will come together. And as Liz is singing, change, change, change. Chains of fools. Break those chains. Those chains of what you thought was normal. This is a new time, a new day. Let's make it that way. Come on, people, we can do it. Take this tip from Cat's Corner. And I say peace and love to you. And I'm still formatting my schedule. I'm still trying to put things together, dealing with my demons and dealing with my battles with trying to recreate myself. And I hope that I can get your help and your support, because in creating myself, I would like to include you. So, Cat's Corner is not going to only be about me, it's going to be about us. People of all races, people of all colors. I'll share pictures and photos and stories with you in the future of places I've been, abroad, outside of America, and some of the greatest people I've met, in some of the countries that you've only heard bad things about, including China, including Japan, including Korea, and so many other places. This world is a small world, but there are some great and beautiful people out here in this world to get to know. In great places you can live outside of America if you don't like it here. The world is a small place, but it's still a place that we need to venture out and see. And we need to make sure that our children and their children get a chance to see. So that way they will learn the truth, not from the media, but from having gone there and seen for themselves and learned that love goes further than skin deep. Until later, Cat's Corner. Peace and love.